Hey everyone, this is Jeff at Anti-Fragile. Today I want to talk a little bit to those turkey trotters. So we've got the 5K at Thanksgiving coming up, and just want to talk about the common errors that people make, maybe as their first 5K or maybe a first 5K in a long time. Just a little background, I treat runners and I'm a fairly new runner myself, been running about 3 or 4 years. I see everybody from 5K distances to ultra marathoners, 24-hour events. So, these are definitely some things that are very common to myself as I've learned how to run a little more optimal, and also others. First thing is training plans. A lot of times people don't set off with this adventure with any training plan in mind. So this is just really helpful to guide you, make sure you don't do some of the common too much, too soon, too fast, these things that'll set you up for mental and physical failure. It's also going to help you with setting realistic expectations. So if you haven't ran in years or you're brand new to running, you may need a little bit more time. 6 to 8 weeks potentially could be enough, but again, it really depends on how much time you're devoting to those initial weeks. So if you have a little bit more time, you might be able to squeak out 4 to 6 weeks, but please plan on a sufficient time based on your current level. Number 2, supplemental training. Believe it or not, you can run better if you do other things than just run. So when we look at our strength, that's important, specifically the hips. It could be the core, maybe you need a little more core strength. Flexibility, you need enough ankle motion, so calf stretching, or hip motion into extension specifically, so stretching the hip flexors, which I'll demonstrate later. Very important to the supplemental training. It doesn't have to be complex, so don't be worried that, oh no, he's going to add another hour of every day. No, honestly, 3 to 5 minutes should be enough. So don't be worried if you hear that supplemental training and you're like, wait, there's more? I got to do more than just run? Actually, it shouldn't take that much longer, and it will help you recover better. It'll help you feel better. It'll work on your mechanics in a positive way, and it'll steer you from the plague of having running injuries, which a lot of people can develop with not the proper programming. So it doesn't have to be complex or time consuming, but you do need to consider core strengthening, hip strengthening, and mobility, specifically your calves and your hip flexors. These don't have to be very complex at all. Actually, here are some examples. Hip stretching, specifically your hip flexors, calf stretching, ankles, very important, this mobility, and strengthening, core. Here's your plank exercise. Here's your side plank, or repeat hip abduction or hip lifts. So final mistake that people make often is poor recovery strategy. This is a poor balance of sleep, diet, drinking water, and post-run stretching. So part of that calf stretching and hip flexor stretching could be a significant factor with recovery. Okay, now we're deep into the training program. You're having pain. Should you stop? It depends. I'm often asking these 2 questions to my clients. Is this pain sharp and worsening? Does it feel injurious? Well, then we may need to reevaluate the situation. You may be stressing the tissues too quickly or too much. It could be that you're developing an injury that needs to be addressed in some other way. Maybe it's ice. Great place to start. Can't tell you how many people haven't tried that before they actually enroll in some physical therapy. 2, I'll ask the client, can you modify the pain? I'm not sure. What do you mean? Well, with a couple common tips and tricks, we can maybe land more quickly or land more softly. And by doing that, we can maybe shorten the strides, decrease the impact on our landing phase, and then that pain actually disappears. It could be just a soreness that disappears. So maybe not an injurious pain or something that we can't rectify. So we don't always have to stop running when we have a pain. All right, hopefully these tips have been helpful. If you're still having a lingering injury, I would encourage you to consider one of our free 30-minute consults to any of the Turkey Trot participants. And so we're going to give you a link and some information that you can call us. We'd love to either look at your running or give you some further information with a free 30-minute consult. Good luck out there on Thanksgiving. Hope everybody has a great 5K and then also a great time with their families afterwards.